I'm here today with my very good friend, Richard Chilton, who's the CEO and founder of Chilton Investment Company. When it comes to hiring, I always look at people like yourself and Julian Robertson, not only as incredible investors, but also headhunters, frankly, because you guys go out and hire incredible talent. What do you look for when you're hiring?
Well, I mean, clearly, they have to have high intellect or else they wouldn't be there. But we're looking for, people who are good people, who are honest and ethical, have great moral compasses. That's really important. We're looking for people who are loyal. We don't want free agents. We want a team. So in a lot of respects, we don't love single sport people who it's all about them. Mm-hmm. This firm isn't about just one person. It's about the whole group. And so we like team sports people. We like people who are going to participate as a team. But we're looking for people who are curious, high intellectual curiosity, have a lot of really good intellectual stamina. That's important. And team players. And are humble, that have humility.
All right.
And so when I sit down for an interview, I want to know where they came from. I want to know how many siblings they have. I want to know what order they have. I want to know if they're still friends with them. All that's important because I try to get down into what the soul of the person is, as opposed to just what they can give me on the job.
In terms of the economy and the way the world is ticking today, if you will, what are your views about employment and sort of the future?
I'm not really happy with either party, quite frankly. I think there's too much hostility. I think there's too much stratification with respect to I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. We're Americans. Mm-hmm. We're all Americans. We're all in this together. I think we've forgotten that a little bit. I think that most the current administration has forgotten what the linkage is between business and GDP growth in America, and we can't be that hostile. Sure, I get it. I understand Wall Street screwed up. It needed some regulation. I think the Volcker Rule was good. I think that that we never got rid of Glass-Steagall, so we needed some regulation. But I think that we need to do things that are more friendly to bringing capital back to the United States instead of keeping it offshore. We need to do things that are more friendly with respect to hiring and giving incentives to hire, expanding our manufacturing base. So there's a lot of things that need to be done. I think the vocational side of education needs to be introduced in a big way. Not every kid needs to go to college. Not every kid needs to be a financier. Tradesmen, craftsmen, they're all really important. If you go over to England and you look at the homage that they pay to craftsmen over there, it's remarkable. And it's a great profession and a great job. And so I think we need to spend more time thinking really about what we want to be as a nation going forward, because where we are now, it's terribly haphazard. And I think that the seeds of that are being sown, and it's not all good.
Yeah. You're at Alfred University, graduating class, giving your words of advice. What would you tell kids today?
I think that too many kids are focused on making money. I get it. I understand it. It's important to make money. But it's not important to pick a job just because it's high paying. When I joined Wall Street, it paid okay, but it wasn't the highest payer. Portfolio managers weren't considered. I didn't go into the hedge fund business to make money. It's important that you pick a job that you really like. I get a lot of kids who come to me and say, I want to be in the hedge fund business. And you ask them why. And I say, why are you here? And they say, well, I want to be in the hedge fund business. I love the creativity of going long and going short. And that's a euphemism for just saying, I want to make a lot of money by the time I'm 30, so then I can go to something I really love. That's wrong. It's okay to get involved in something you really love and have a passionate career that maybe doesn't pay a ton of money, or it takes longer for you to make more money. Don't try to make it so quick. That's really important, because I've been privileged. I've been working now for 34 years, and my occupation and my avocation have been the same. I've loved to get out of bed every morning for 34 years to come to work. And hopefully I'm going to continue to do it for another 30 years. But the fact of the matter is, if you can be at my age, if you can be 56 and make that claim, then you've had a successful career no matter how much money you've made.
The one thing you've always been very involved with, and I commend you for this, are charities. They seem near and dear to your heart. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy there.
Well, I mean, I think we're all lucky. No matter what success you have, you're lucky. And you know, you have to give back. And if you think about all the people who created some of the great charities or the great museums in New York City, they all gave back. And if they didn't give back, we wouldn't have those right now. You know, people like Mellon and Vanderbilt and Morgan. So it's important to give back. And it's important to help people that aren't as privileged as you are. That's why, you know, work with the Robin Hood Foundation was very rewarding. I was actively on the board for 10 years and chaired their investment committee, and now I'm a trustee emeritus of it. Because there's people who didn't have the same breaks, and you have to give back for those. You have to know where you came from with respect to that, not lose sight of where you came from, and not lose sight of the fact that money, you know, anybody who thinks money buys you happiness hasn't had a lot of money. And so it's important that you do give back, and not only giving back in money, but giving back in time. You know, I spend a lot of time at the Metropolitan Museum of Art because I care about that institution. I care about what it does for people all over the world, the oasis that it provides. You know, right after 9/11, Mayor Bloomberg called up Emily Rafferty and said, you have to open tomorrow, the day after. And she said, why? And she said, because people would be lost. They need to be there. They need an oasis. The same happened at the New York Botanical Gardens, where my wife is the chairman. And so these places need our help, both in time and in money, and it's important for us to give it back.
Again, I'm here with Richard Chilton, the CEO and founder of Chilton Investment Company. Richard, cannot thank you enough for your time. What you've accomplished in life is truly remarkable. Thanks so much.
Skinny, thank you.